Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a dual video review. I am going to be reviewing the X-Transbots Boosticus upgrade kit for Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. The exact one of this is BEK-01G2. Comes with a whole, this is how it's packaged, comes with a whole bunch of stuff. We got the rear here with a picture of the trailer mode as well as the combined mode and some verbiage about this upgrade set. That's it for the packaging. I'm also going to be reviewing the full set of these Combaticons that I'm knocking over. I never reviewed these back when I got them. I might have gotten these before I even started the channel. I figured, hey, you know, since I'm reviewing the upgrade set, I might as well review the figures as well. So anyway, this is obviously the 5 figures separated in robot mode, and I will get to them each individually. So what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to pause real quick, do some figuring of things out, and I'll come back and we will get on with the review. See you guys in a second. Alright guys, here I am with them all in their vehicle modes, and I'm going to go over each one by one. So we are going to start off with Swindle, and as you can see, he rolls really well. He is a Cybertronian vehicle of some sort. I guess a truck or military vehicle or whatever his weapon attaches to him. As you can see there at the top, the Boosticus extra weapons are right there on each side. Those 2 guns are extra. And yeah, I actually really like Swindle's vehicle mode quite a bit. It's pretty cool. Digging it. So, yeah, that's basically it on this vehicle mode. So, moving on. We're now going to talk about Brawl in vehicle mode. And he's like a floaty tank kind of thing. I think I have him slightly missed. No, I got him right. Floaty tank, he's okay in vehicle mode. I got his front end a little messed up. Apologize for that, guys. Anyway, he's got some articulation in this mode, of course, all with his gun turret. Rotates all the way around. Can lift up. You can position at different spots. Point it up, which is pretty cool. I actually appreciate that much articulation in a gun turret when we can have it. You know, and overall, of course, the color scheme, really cool. I like the way this looks, but, you know, oddball, floaty, Cybertronian tank. The end of that. Now, we are going to talk about Onslaught, of course. And you have the most enhancements with the Boosticus set for Onslaught. But before I get into any of that, I'm just going to show, this is the traditional, this is Onslaught without any enhancements. And he is a rather underwhelming vehicle mode, to put it mildly. Yeah, that's it. Just kind of a hot mess. Anyway, to do the enhancements, you take the stock gun off, and you can load on the Boosticus one there. Much bigger gun now on his front, which looks pretty cool. And of course, kind of this rear, see how this is all kind of a hot mess. This piece here can, I think it tabs on, you know, sort of like, I know I'm getting this wrong, guys. I'm sorry I'm not more finessing this, but let's be honest, nobody buys the Boosticus kit for the vehicle mode. Plus, there is, of course, the rest of the Boosticus hearts basically combined to form a trailer. I tried to form that trailer and I got frustrated just a few minutes into the process. I decided, honestly, I'm going to skip that because, honestly, who really cares about the vehicle mode portion of the Boosticus set? Overall, Onslaught, crappy vehicle mode. Moving on. We are going to talk about, oh, I think Blast Off is next. There's Blast Off in his spaceship mode, and I have to say, I actually dig this one. You can set him upright, you know, like he's blasting off. Pretty cool. I like it. I mean, it's simple. but it looks nice. It definitely gets the message across. I actually do like this vehicle mode, the way it looks quite a bit. This is one of the better ones. You know, static. I like it. Definitely nice. You know, all that. No Boosticus enhancements so to speak of in that mode. Now, finally, we get to our good buddy Vortex. And, yeah, he's obviously a helicopter. He's got the spinning blades of doom. Yeehaw. And I really like the way this looks as well in vehicle mode as far as the Boosticus add-on. Oh, look, we got a tail fin here. So this should just clip on. Let's see here. Yep, just clips on. And just enhances the look of Vortex. Doesn't interfere with the spinning blades. It interferes with this, or is that? Oh no, that was the front. Nope, does not interfere. Confirmed, does not interfere with the spinning blades. So that's a win. Thank you, Boosticus Kit, for that enhancement in vehicle mode. So anyway, that's it. That is the team all together. Yeah. Underwhelming individually, some of them. I mean, some are better than others. I mean, that's going to be a theme with the individual bot modes in this. You will, of course, see the same trends carry over to robot mode. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pause right here, get these guys into robot mode. We'll talk about them individually. Then we'll get them combined, and we'll talk about it with and without the enhancements. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, now it's time to talk about their robot modes, and I might as well cover them in the same order that I covered the vehicle modes in. I'm going to start with a Brawl, and same theme carries over from vehicle mode. You know, the Boosticus parts really don't have a whole lot to do with the vehicle mode. I'm sorry, the robot mode. I mean, obviously the odd exception was Onslaught, but in robot mode, you're going to see even less of interaction with Boosticus parts with these figures. Anyway, Brawl is, you know, Brawl, right here in robot mode. Let's go ahead and give him a quick 360 here. And honestly, I feel this figure is quite underwhelming, just like I did in the vehicle mode portions. You know, individually, very underwhelming. Even by 2012 Transformer standards, because we were getting some really awesome Transformers in 2012, but these not so much. Anyway, he's got decent articulation. He bends there at the knee. He's got, oh, and he rotates it. I'm sorry, he rotates at the thigh. He's got ball jointed hips. He sort of has a strange little rotation there at the waist, not, you know, whatever. He's got a rotation there at the shoulder. His shoulders can kind of do that, do the transformation. His head's on a ball joint. As part of the transformation, his fists move up and down. You know, and that's basically it. Articulation isn't bad, but his feet are really small, so he does not really stand all that well. You know, just not a great figure. You know, I'll go ahead and zoom in so you can see a little bit of the details on this dude. You know, I mean, good looking. I definitely like the way it looks, but the execution of the actual figure is pretty much a failure. You know? But again, none of these figures in this set are good. So, individually. So we'll scoot over Brawl. And we'll follow up with our good buddy Swindle. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get Swindle in frame here. Zoom out. And he looks pretty good in this in robot mode, except for the back where he's completely hollow. Alright. But the front he looks good. I dig the head sculpt on this guy. You know, pretty neat. The big chest, the G2. You know, I like it. He bends there at the knee. He's got no real foot articulation to speak of. Swivel there at the thigh. Ball jointed hips. Waist rotation. Shoulder rotation. Goes out the shoulder. He's got a ball jointed elbow there. Head rotates. No hand articulation. Now this gun, obviously he's got the extra pieces, the 2 extra guns from the Boosticus set on each side of his gun there. And there's his main gun. And yeah, that is basically Swindle. He fares better than Brawl in robot mode, but you know, he's definitely still, by 2012 standards, not all that great. So off you go, Swindle. Moving on. Oh, Brawl just fell over. That's okay. We'll go with the leader, Onslaught. Do a quick 360 of him. He has okay-ish articulation. He bends there at the knee, swivels at the hip, or at the top of the thigh. He's got ratcheted joints at his hips, if that makes sense, since that's Bruticus's joints for his legs. He's got some waist rotation there. Shoulders rotate. He's got some ball jointed, well, not ball jointed, like 2 swivel joints on his elbows. His hands don't do anything, and his head's on a ball joint. In the Boosticus set, unfortunately, this piece can't mount to the back of him. It would be cool if it could, but it cannot. He can sort of hold this piece. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Like so. And that's not bad, you know, but overall, yeah. Again, I did not, you know, the individuals on this are mediocre. So anyway, guess I'll zoom in so you can see his head sculpt. I do like his head sculpt quite a bit. I think it did a really good job with the sculpt. But, you know, of course, again, the execution of the figure, bad. Right? Okay. Next we'll do Blast Off. You know, same deal. Oh, his arm popped off. He's actually one of my favorite robot mode. Oh, jeez. But the damn, as you can see, a fatal flaw with this figure here. The shoulder ball joints pop off. There we go. Very easily. This is probably the best out of all the, well, him and Vortex are definitely the 2 best robot modes, but neither one of them is exactly, again, all that great. But, you know, better than crap, right? They're okay instead of terrible. So anyway, let's go ahead and do a quick 360. Boom. Alright. He bends there at the knee. Swivels at the thigh. Universal joint there at the hips. No waist rotation. His shoulders technically rotate. He's got, or ball joints, he's got a ball jointed elbow, bend at the elbow, his hands don't do anything, and his head rotates. And yeah, he's actually one of the best executed individual figures. Him and Vortex, like I said. Pretty good individual figures. Not great, but so much better than the others. It's not even funny. These are actually decent individual figures. So, yeah. There you go. Pretty cool. Blast Off. I guess, wait, I'll zoom in real quick so you can see him. Yay, face. Right? Zoom out. Alright, now, last robot before we combine. Vortex! No interaction with the Boosticus parts. There he is. We'll just do a quick 360. And he can hold his 2 weapons in 2 ways, either as a gun or, of course, a sword, your choice. You can, of course, have the spinning blades of death, which I like. That is always a cool thing to have on a Vortex or any helicopter transformer, let's be honest. Yeah, so his articulation, it's okay. He bends there at the knees. He's got a swivel there at the thighs. Ball jointed hips. Waist rotation. Head on a ball joint. Ball jointed shoulders. Rotation and bend there at the elbow, and nothing in the hands. If only all of the figures could have been as good as Vortex and Blastoff, right? But, you know, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So anyway, that's it for all of the robot modes. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and show off the combined mode with and without the extra parts. I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, here we have Bruticus in full combined mode. And just for fun, I thought it'd be good to put a Combiner Wars combiner next to him. Obviously, we got a Combiner Wars Menasor there next to him. And as you can see, Menasor is a lot bigger than Bruticus here. A lot bulkier and just, you know, just a taller bot. So, yeah, I'm definitely glad that for Combiner Wars, how much Hasbro has improved the Combiner formula over Bruticus. So, let's go ahead and get Menasor out of the way there. And just for fun, put a leader class next to Bruticus, give you more an idea of his size. So there is that. So what we'll move on to next is we'll just talk about his articulation, all that. Of course, this is all without the Boosticus parts and all that. So as you can see, he's fairly large. It's really hard to have him all in frame and manipulate him and all that. Anyway, he's got decent articulation. Bends there at the knees, rotates at the knees. He's got the ratcheting hips, hip joints, thigh swivel. Bruticus's head rotates. Of course, his back piece fell off. That's common. Of course, 360 at the shoulders. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. In and out at the shoulders. Elbow articulation rotates, at least on this arm. The other arm isn't as articulated. It moves up the shoulder, in and out the shoulder, rotates above the elbow, and that's kind of it for that arm. Now, there are definitely a lot of issues with the stock version of Bruticus. He's tall, spindly, and not well proportioned. His arm is way too long. Blastoff is ridiculously long on his arm. He's got just kung fu grip there on his... on Vortex. He doesn't stand so stably. He's got a lot of issues, and he's honestly a fairly poor combiner overall, at least compared to Combiner Wars. Not that great. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pause right here, get this guy Boosticus up, and we are going to see how much of an improvement that it makes. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, here I have him with all of the Boosticus parts on, and you can see right off the bat this is absolutely a huge improvement over the stock version. Let's go ahead and just get a few size comparisons out of the way here real quick. Here he is next to the leader class Megatron. And more importantly, here he is. Well, let's get these guys into the same frame, I guess. With Combiner Wars Menasor. He's now roughly the same height. Bulks him out some. I know he's leaning, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, it definitely now compares so much more favorably with Combiner Wars combiners than before. It's just a huge difference, and the step up in quality is absolutely enormous. Let's go ahead and get Menasor out of the way there, and let's get Bruticus there centered. So go ahead and start off by giving you a quick 360. Yeah, I'll get to the... He still has some stability issues, and I'll get to why here in a second. Do a quick 360 of them. Basically, it has nothing to do with the upgrade kit, okay? It's really the crappy design of the figure. The joints aren't super tight on the legs, all of that. You know, it's an issue. I mean, he's posable and stable if you're patient. Let's just put it that way, but... yeah, you can just see, like I said, the looks though, holy crap, it's a night and day difference. It's so much better. I'm going to go ahead and show you just a few undocumented features of the Boosticus set. These might already be known, but I'm just going to show them just for fun. So, one of the things that you can do is with the back. As you can see, he's got a good backpack there now. We've got the original piece. Now, this works with most versions of the mold. I know there's one, I think the Platinum Edition, this doesn't work. You can kind of stick his other gun there in the backpack, give him, you know, a bit more of a backpack. I definitely dig that. That's a nice feature. One other cool thing you can do right now, as you can see, the guns are just straight up and down. What you can do, you can kind of unpeg those rear guns from the bottom, and now what that does is it gives you some posing options with his big back guns, right? They can either be straight up, or if you want, you can lean them down, have them shoot straight ahead. So that definitely gives you, and they stay pretty good. I mean, that gives you a range of posing options with the gun, which is really cool. Yeah, he actually is, like I said, if you're patient with this guy, he's actually a bit more posable than before. Let me show you one of the cool... I mean, this is just to give you an idea here of how much you can do with this. And this is me, you know, I'm not even up close with the figure in personal, right? And I'm able to get him kind of sort of into the Iron Man pose there, right? So yeah, like I said, he is definitely improved in a lot of ways. So let's go ahead and get him out of that pose. Now I'll show you what I do with the rest of his weapons here with this kit and all that. See, and that's the problem, like I said, the leg joints. Ugh. But again, that's not the kit's fault. Anyway, what I like to do here are these guns here. The ones on the end came with the Boosticus kit. This is Swindle's, this is Brawl's gun. They fit perfectly. Yeah. Into his hand, so he's got a gun there. And you can always mount his other guns to him very easily. So we'll take Blastoff's guns and kind of put them here on Blastoff's arms, give him some little, you know, some arm guns of doom there. Dig that. Oh, he is really leaning too much. Let's pick him up and stabilize those legs a bit. Lock him down. Lock him down! Oh, shit. Ah! I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, here we have Bruticus and Boosticus kit all armed up with everything on it. And it looks absolutely wonderful, in my opinion. It is just so ridiculously better than what it was. I mean, there is just no... Son of a... I'll leave that blooper in. Why not? Anyway, as you can see, though, as cool as this add-on kit is, it obviously does not fix the inherent issues with this mold. Okay? It's not the fault of the kit. This mold was crap when it came out. It's still crap now. So basically, the question comes down to, should you get this add-on kit? Well, let me put it this way. If you already have the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus and you want the figure to look better, and you don't mind spending the $60 to $70 asking price that you're going to find it for online, then the answer is clear. Yes, you should get it. If the cost is a limiting factor, obviously that's, it may not be something you want to do. Or if you do not already have the Fall of Cybertron figure, like let's say you're like, oh, I don't have this figure, the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. Should I get that and this kit? Ha! No, absolutely not. If I were you, if you're in that situation, get the Combiner Wars Bruticus and the add-on kit for that, and see how that does for you. Because there are so many issues inherent in this mold, unless you already have it, don't get the mold and get this. Unless you are just the only way that would remotely be worth it is if you are just absolutely in love with the way this thing looks. Then I would say, get it. But if not, if you don't have the Fall of Cybertron, figure already, Bruticus, mold, shit. Don't bother with the add-on set, obviously. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly though, it looks absolutely just amazing. It is a definite go if you already have the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. Absolutely get it. But it's an easy for me to say, because what these add-on kits do for me is they really elevate the look of the figures. This is only the second add-on kit I've ever gotten. The first one was for the Leader Class Megatron, and you saw part of the add-on kit on him when I did the comparison. The feet and one of the guns is in a box somewhere. I've still got to dig it out. I still got a lot of stuff in storage that I'm going through. But, these add-on kits definitely elevate figures. And yeah, they are expensive, but you know what? They're a heck of a lot cheaper than buying third-party figures. So to me, they bring some of the awesomeness of some of the third-party figures for a lot less of the cost. So to me, they're kind of, even when you factor in, because I originally paid, what, $60, I think, for the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus, and $60 for the add-on kit. That's $120. That's not cheap, right? That's definitely not cheap. But that's a lot cheaper than getting the full Warbitron Bruticus. That'd be like $500-600. So, this is still by far a more budget-friendly solution. Before I go, I am just gonna show them off a little bit more for you. That way you can really get a good look at it. Let me zoom in here. The top of the figure. He's kind of looking down. That just looks really cool. Love it. Let me zoom out. I mean, this is just outstanding, especially the fact that you can alternate transform blast off and have an actual elbow joint now. It's a wonderful thing. It's not an oversized arm. It's just, yeah, love it. Love it. Let me just zoom on out here. Yeah, this is an absolutely great great upgrade set. No doubt about it. So, I guess the other thing, I got to give a final recommendation on Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. I've just been talking up the upgrade kit so much. If you do not already have the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus in your possession, if you don't have one, do yourself a favor, don't bother. Don't bother getting it. It has way too many issues. It's too spindly. The Combiner Wars combiners are a million times better. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this whole thing up. If you did enjoy what you see, as always, please, thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.